quite good,
Right,
right?
right. It's good.
Okay. Hello, hi everybody. I'm
Hi,
here with my
everybody.
papa. Yeah, we're just trying out our first new podcast.
Yeah.
Podcast is like video but also audio
Okay.
lah.
Great.
Yeah. So usually my papa and I will go out makan in the morning,
Yeah.
but raining lah today lah, so cannot
Right.
lah.
So we do the podcast at home.
We do the podcast at home instead. Yeah, just cakap here as if you're in the kopitiam lah.
You want to do a sound check?
Sound check. Okay, let's test. 1, 2, 3. Yeah. Usually you do that at karaoke, one, right?
Yeah, correct.
Yeah, you can hear the bell chime. So it's like 8:45 now.
Right.
Yeah. How are you feeling, Papa? It's a bit hot, huh? We have to turn off
No,
the
it's
fan.
okay. It's okay.
Yeah, sorry about that. Maybe if
problem.
it's too hot, we can turn it back on, lah.
No, it's okay. The fan will give a rattling sound,
Yeah. So
like a
this is
train moving.
yeah, correct. You'll be tuk, 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 tuk,
Like
tuk, one.
then it will be the Chattabung choo-choo.
Oh, really? Yeah. So we can talk about anything, you know. We can talk about maybe your army days or your days in Genting. Maybe your army days lah. Tell me about how you first went into the army lah. How you first signed up,
Oh, there was way back in the 60s, 67, I signed up and they sent me to Pune, Poona. Now they call it Pune.
In
But
India.
It's a fantastic place.
Yeah.
Maharashtra. In 1967, they have an electric train all the way. We took 1 hour from Bombay, or they call it Mumbai.
Wow, okay.
Now they call it Mumbai, all the way to Pune.
I find it really amazing. You've actually lived in India. I've never been.
It's a fantastic place.
Very crowded,
Or if you go to Bombay, the place is unbelievable.
really.
Yeah, it is really so crowded. Calcutta is worse still.
Wow, okay, all right. And you were there to train as an army officer?
A military officer, the army
Okay.
engineer officer. Normally the army engineers send people to Australia,
Wow.
India, UK.
Actually, the way you talk about it, right? Like now you can speak a bit of Hindi, you say achahe and stuff.
Yeah.
So you sound like you had a good time there, lah.
Yeah, we call it there, they call it Yek Dor Tin Cha Punch.
That's counting 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, right? Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, so useful actually, you being able to speak and in different languages. Yeah.
And there, when we train, we have people from not only from India, we have from Libya, we have from Congo.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, we have from Egypt, and we mix with all these people.
Oh, wow. Okay, so you're able to,
Communicate with them.
yeah. So I'm just checking that. Oh, yeah, it's recording. Yeah, so you're able to meet all these people from around the world.
Yeah.
In India, in very hot.
And it's a place called now University of what's called Pune,
University of
College
Pune.
of Military Engineering. It's a
Wow.
college of military. It is a big place with 36 kilometers side. You know, it is unbelievable. And the college theater can take 5,000 people. It's at open air.
Wow, that's insane actually. Because you're 1960 something, you were maybe 20 something years old only.
Right.
And you went overseas on your own to train.
Yeah.
And you were mixing with all these people from around the world.
Yeah, correct.
Wow, okay,
And
all right.
we learn their experiences, especially they come from the Suez Canal, Colonel Farouk. He tell us how he could serve 3 months on the same spot. So what
Okay.
do they do? They
Yeah.
boil 50 hard-boiled eggs. Hard-boiled eggs can last a long time, so every day they'll eat eggs.
Every day eggs.
Hard-boiled eggs.
Okay, yeah, very practical lah. Yeah, being able to eat eggs. Yeah, actually, every time I talk to you, like I never heard that story before. Every time I talk to you, got so many stories, man. You and the army in Pune, and all very funny one.
All very funny stories. And there I learned how to play squash and
Wow.
cricket.
Okay. Yeah, actually, you're quite a sportsman, actually. I remember even when you came back, we have all your medals, all your squash and badminton medals. So you started playing there.
Yeah, and I was the doubles champs. I teamed up with one of the seniors, Saklani. Yeah.
Wow,
Very
okay.
nice.
You can remember, I mean, this is like 50 years, 60 years ago. you know?
Yeah. It's a great place anyway.
Yeah. So, okay, you met a lot of people, you had a lot of stories. What were the things that you learned as an officer in Pune? What were the important things you learned?
Unbelievable, you know. In India, the most high-paid people are the doctors and the army officers.
Oh, okay. The doctors I understand, but army officers also paid well.
Yeah, army officers paid as well. That time was 800 rupees
Okay.
Those times. It's unbelievably, it's an honorable job to be an army
Yeah, I
officer.
guess so.
A doctor, that's how.
Yeah, but some more officer. I
Yeah.
mean, actually, that means you're commanding other
Oh, they have to be at
military
least
men.
5 feet 8 inches
Huh?
and
Got
certain
height
Yeah,
requirement.
height
Or
requirement and all.
why? Why do you have to be so
No,
tall?
because you have to look.
There's
You
a
have to look
certain.
great and all. Yeah,
I see. There's a certain image of the officer that people will respect.
officer
lah.
and gentleman. you
I
see.
see. Okay. While you're an officer, that means you mix with other officers, and so there was a certain kind of like decorum and kind
Aura.
of like character aura, and so you had to dress a certain way.
Correct.
You had to
It's
eat a certain
unbelievable.
way.
You could wear a 3-piece suit for dinner and lunch.
3-piece, okay.
And then,
3-piece
you know, the officers' mess, we
Yeah.
have 2 officers' mess, East Wing and West Wing.
Okay.
Each officer's mess can take 550 people.
So many.
Yes. So you can imagine, so when you sit down and dine,
550. Wow,
when you
okay.
sit down and dine, there will be a band, and
Okay.
on Saturdays and Sunday we have this tambola, they call it jambola, where we dance. That time the most
Tambola,
popular
you
song
dance,
was,
okay.
Obladi, Oblada.
Oh bloody,
Obladi, Oblada,
That
life goes on, la 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 la.
Beatles.
Yeah.
Wow. Actually, if you didn't tell me it was like officers, I would think it's like Cambridge like that. Actually, it's like a lot of fine dining, a lot of dressing up, a lot of learning like almost table manners.
Correct.
Yeah. Wow. And you were there for like 2-3 years?
Something like that. They call it the young officers course, is it?
Young officers course. So that means when you come back, you're already officer already lah.
Yeah.
So that means you're commanding people.
No,
already.
we are already a commissioned officer, second
Commissioned
lieutenant.
officer.
We go for the young engineer officers course. It's called engineer.
Young engineers, officers
Where you
course.
learn 3 disciplines, civil, mechanical, and electrical. It's unbelievable there.
In the army, got engineers one.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
We are
in
the engineer corps, the corps of
Yeah.
engineers.
So give me an example of being an engineer. What were the kind of jobs you had to do in the army?
Well,
Because-
there are, mine, the discipline is explosives. So,
Explosive?
Yeah. So
Like blow up one, ah?
yeah. We learn how to build bridges. We learn how to blow bridges. We learn how to
blow
build
bridges?
Yeah, with explosives.
The enemy bridges, is it?
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
Oh,
Or our
okay.
own bridges if we are
Okay.
if we are retreating. Is it?
Wow, okay.
And then these are things we do.
Quite fun lah.
Yeah.
Actually, last time I studied engineering, never get to blow anything up one.
No, then later on, I was lucky enough to be sent to Italy
Okay.
on attachment to learn about the mines, sent
Wow.
to US on attachment into Hawaii.
Italy, US, Hawaii.
Yeah.
Quite fun, your life?
Yeah, interesting because those days.
Yeah, actually, I
Because
remember all
our
the
commanding
photos.
officers are
Yeah.
British officers. I had a commanding officer, Major Ritchie, and we visited him in his house in UK also.
Yeah, actually, I do remember you have so many friends around the world. And actually, your military friends are friends for life one.
Correct.
Yeah, and you can see sometimes they tabak, they are like now 60, 70 years, they still tabak you. Yeah, sir, they still.
All our friends.
Yeah.
Yeah, because I was doing what you call in Klong for 10 years, doing the mine warfare and booby trap squadron. I was also commanding down there.
Yeah.
And all officers in the Malaysian army,
Yeah.
before they become a major, they must attend my 2 weeks
okay.
mine warfare booby trap course.
So,
where
you
yeah.
actually met all the officers because they have to go through your course,
Correct,
mandatory
correct.
one.
All
Yeah.
the army, the army has got something like cavalry. They got the transport. They got all the
Okay.
other corps, the intelligence corps.
Okay. So this is much later in your career already when you were training officers. Earlier on, you were training to be an officer.
Right, correct.
Now you're training others, and there is a mandatory course for them to do your explosives and mine course.
Correct. Before they go for the captain to
Wow.
major's exam.
Wow, and that means actually you know a lot of people in the military, not just under you and directly with you, but actually people passing through all these
Correct. And all
upcoming
the
officers.
teachers who do attachment courses, they call it the PSTD.
Okay.
Yeah, PSTD.
Wow, okay. Actually, that's amazing. Actually, that explains so much. I think now you have so many friends, even though you retired from army long time ago already, right?
Correct.
Actually, the army just keeps you together because there's a certain kind of
Camaraderie.
camaraderie. I think that's the word I'm looking for. And why is that actually? I know the army people will say, oh yeah, of course. But actually, why is it that brings the army people together so close that they really consider each other
it's
brothers?
basically, they call it a veteran. When you're a veteran,
Yeah.
You're a veteran for life. You serve the country, you protect the country. While
Okay.
people sleep and enjoy at home, you are at the borderline to take care for
Yeah.
them. See?
Yeah, that means actually, you ensure the safety lah
Correct.
of the
That's
country.
why I meet a lot of people when they ask you, oh, you're in the military. The
Yeah.
first thing they'll say is, thank you for your service.
Thank you first. Actually, I don't hear it enough because I
In
think these days
Malaysia,
we
right?
take it for granted.
Yeah, take it for
But
granted.
actually, in times of peace, there's a reason why we have peace lah.
Correct.
Yeah. And even now lah, I think now the military is still here. The military is still doing its job. But we are actually experiencing more peace now compared to last time.
Correct.
Yeah.
So that's why the government now value us. Those who serve in
They
the
do,
emergency,
they
they are given a PJM with a Pingat Jasa Malaysia.
Yeah, I think yeah, because emergency talking about this is again 30, 40 years ago, back when, times were still new for Malaysia, and so the
Yeah,
military
yeah,
the
we
military
were-
actually kept the
yeah.
peace.
Especially
Yeah.
in Kuching, in Sarawak, and Sabah, where we have to go and clear the enemy booby traps and all those. It's unbelievable.
Actually quite
At the
dangerous also,
border, it's
right?
quite a lot of my officers and men, they lost their leg. I was on
Actually,
a mission.
okay,
I was on a
really?
mission with
Okay.
Corporal Taha.
Okay.
Straight away, boom, and
yeah.
we all ran down and said, Tuan, what happened? I said, you punya kaki sudah hilang.
Really? Yeah.
Yeah, then
What happened?
I gave him morphine, and then we asked for the helicopter.
Oh wow.
And the helicopter came. The first one
thing, okay, wow.
was a LON, and the helicopter said, no, it's very dangerous to land. Suddenly,
Ah.
suddenly the big helicopter came, Nuri, and landed. So we were
Okay.
very angry with the LON pilot initially.
Yeah, initially he couldn't land, but now he could lah. And then he could.
No, now and a bigger helicopter came and landed. Depends on
Okay.
the pilot
Yeah,
and the
it's
skill.
the skill, right? Yeah.
And maybe because of the wind, at the wind condition.
Yeah. Yeah, but wow, actually that poor officer, and why
That-
was
that
there,
was-
why was
that-
there a
that was in
mine there?
Perak. That's in-
Why was there a mine there? It's left from the
No,
communist days. ah?
no, because there are a lot of at the
Japanese
borders.
days,
you see. Yeah.
Long time,
And
yeah. Wow, actually I forget that actually those were the times when actually it was very dangerous.
Yeah.
Yeah. Actually now it's maybe this is a good place to end. What would you say is, a kind of advice that you give to yourself if you look back to like 40, 50 years ago when you're starting out as an officer? What would you say to your younger self?
No, it's basically learning to be an officer and gentleman if you're in the army.
Okay.
Respect, humility, and respect, basically.
Yeah, I think that's so important. Actually, the military teaches you how to respect the order of command and how not to question. But at the same time, there's a kind of camaraderie lah, because you are doing this together and you're relying on one another.
To do or die, not to say why.
To do or die, not to say why. This is really good. Anyway, thank you for joining us. This is just some random sembang. Thanks so much, Papa. I never heard that story
Okay,
before.
thank you.
Thanks so much, Papa. Okay, bye-bye.
Bye.
Okay, bye. Okay lah, that's good lah. That's good.